People are obsessed with the end of the world. Every few years there's a new prophecy, new date, new disaster. And yet, here we are, still waiting. But what if the world won't end? What if it can't?
Or still losing sleep over doomsday. Poor thing, humans love to scare themselves. The world will end in fire, a comet will smash you to bits. Adorable, but here's the twist, sweetheart. It never happens, and there's a reason for that.
And I'm guessing you're about to tell me.
Let's play a game. What if the universe itself refuses to end? Imagine it like a trick candle. You blow it out. It just sparks back to life over and over.
Wait, are you saying even if this universe collapses, another one just starts?
Better than that. Some theories say there are always new universes popping into existence. Right now, as we speak, if one universe crumbles, another takes its place. And you just keep going.
That sounds a lot like eternal inflation theory. It says our universe is just one bubble in a constantly expanding sea. And new bubbles or universes keep forming forever.
Wow, big brain moment. One bubble pops, a dozen more take its place. Even if your whole reality collapsed, you wouldn't notice. You just slide into the next one. No grand finale, no lights out.
So the universe is basically unkillable. What about the idea that the universe just resets? Like when it dies, it bounces back.
Ah, the big bounce theory, another favorite. Imagine the universe as a rubber ball. Every time it shrinks down to nothing, boom! It rebounds into a whole new reality, no true death, just endless rebirth.
So no matter how much the universe breaks down, there's always a backup plan?
Exactly, and if you think that's weird, you haven't even scratched the surface yet.
So the universe doesn't go quietly. But here's the real question. What happens to us if everything falls apart?
Or worried about your precious little consciousness. Relax, you're more slippery than you think. Even if this universe dies, you probably won't notice.
Wait, how is that possible? If reality collapses, wouldn't everything, me included, just stop?
Cute! You humans assume you're tied to this place, like a sad little house plant. But here's a fun thought. What if your mind just jumps ship? When one universe dies, your consciousness could slide into the next available one, smooth as butter.
That sounds a lot like quantum immortality. The idea, if there is even tiny chance you survive, your mind follows the version of reality where you live no matter what happens.
Bingo! Imagine flipping a coin. Heads, you survive. Tails, you don't in this universe. Maybe you die, but in another, you keep going. And guess which version of reality your consciousness sticks with?
The one when I'm still alive? Which means, from my point of view, the world never ends.
Exactly. No matter how bad things get asteroids, black holes, cosmic tantrums, there's always a version where you pull through. And that's the one you experience.
So no matter how many times the universe tries to kill me, I just hop to the next safe timeline?
That's the theory, sweetheart. Every disaster is just a bump in the road. Because somewhere, in some reality, you always survive. And your mind, it clings to the living version, forever.
So if reality is constantly branching, does it mean there are infinite versions of me alive no matter what?
Oh, you're catching on. Congratulations. You might just be unkillable.
Oh, so if I'm unkillable, what about everything else? Are you telling me the whole universe keeps pulling the same track?
Ding ding. See, the universe is a sore loser. It hates endings. Even when it should break down, something always keeps it running. And the weirdest part, it's not just about you surviving. Reality itself doesn't like to quit.
What do you mean?
Ever heard of the quantum vacuum? It's the invisible sea of energy that exists everywhere, even in empty space. Now, if the universe collapses, it doesn't just vanish. That energy, it's still there, buzzing, unstable, waiting for its next move.
So even if this universe die, the energy left behind could start a new one?
Exactly. When a universe breaks down, the quantum vacuum doesn't stop. It churns out new possibilities. That's the idea behind cosmic rebirth. One universe dies, another one bubbles up from the wreckage.
That sounds a lot like eternal inflation. This theory says this universe is constantly expanding, but certain regions slow down and form pocket universes, new realities born from the leftovers of the old.
Or someone's been reading fancy science books. Yep, that's the one. Even if this universe taps out, inflation never stops. It just spawns new worlds like a cosmic vending machine.
And if new universes keep forming, that means there's always somewhere else for consciousness to go.
Bingo cookie. You're not just stuck in one reality. If the lights go out here, your mind could slip into the next warm, cozy universe. And trust me, there are always more universes.
So no matter what happens, cosmic collapse, heat death, even the end of time itself, there is always another place to land?
The universe isn't a one-way trip. It's a never-ending loop of creation. And you're just along for the ride.
Okay, so the universe keeps rebooting itself. But why? Why doesn't it just stop?
Stop, oh. Sweetheart, nothing in this reality likes to sit still. Not you, not me, and definitely not the universe. It's got a little problem called instability.
Instability?
Mum, everything from the tiniest particle to the entire cosmos is buzzing with energy. And energy doesn't just disappear. Even when the universe reaches the end of the line, there's still leftover chaos, and that chaos, it has to go somewhere.
Alright, like how a vacuum isn't really empty. Even if its space seems quiet, there's always energy popping in and out.
Oh, somebody's catching on, exactly. That's quantum fluctuation, reality's way of refusing to stay dead. These little bursts of energy constantly bubble up from the quantum vacuum. And if enough of them line up just right, boom, new universe.
So when one universe falls apart, those fluctuations stir the pot until another one forms?
Ding, ding, ding. And get this, those fluctuations never stop. Even if this universe cools down to nothing, quantum energy keeps twitching. And one twitch is all it takes to spark a brand new reality.
That sounds like vacuum decay. If our universe is just a lower energy state, a more stable reality could suddenly pop into existence and overwrite everything.
Oh, fancy words. Yes, vacuum decay could reset everything if it happens. But here's the kicker. If one bubble bursts, others follow. So even if this universe dies, more are always waiting in line.
So the universe isn't just stubborn, it's restless. It can't sit still long enough to truly end.
Exactly. The cosmos is a fidgety little thing. And as long as it keeps twitching, there's no such thing as the end.
Okay, so quantum fluctuation keeps really buzzing. But isn't there a point where it all just fades? Like everything wears out eventually, right?
Or look at you hoping for a quiet ending. Sorry, cupcake, it doesn't work that way. Even when the lights go out, something always stirs. It's like the universe is allergic to sitting still.
You keep saying that. Why? What's stopping it from just freezing forever?
Entropy. The universe loves to break things down, stars, planets, even you. Over time, everything drifts toward disorder. Scientists call it the heat death. No more energy, no more motion, just an endless, cold void. Sounds peaceful, right?
But there's a catch, right?
Bingo! Even at maximum entropy, randomness still rules. Particles jitter, and if they jitter in just the right way, They can accidentally, spark a whole new universe.
Wait, you're talking about Poincare recurrence? If you wait long enough, even in a dead universe, every possible state eventually repeats itself.
Oh, someone's been reading the fine print. Yes, given infinite time, even the most broken universe reboots itself. And I do mean everything. Galaxies, stars, even you.
So even if the universe reaches total stillness, it's just a waiting game until it jumps back to life?
Exactly. The cosmos can't handle a true end. It always finds a loophole. Even when there's nothing left, there's always the possibility of something, and possibility. That's all it takes.
So the universe is trapped in a cycle. Death isn't final, it's just a pause.
Now you're getting it. No matter how quiet things get. Something always wakes up. Always.
Okay, so even if the universe hit rock bottom, there is always a chance it restarts. But what if it doesn't? What if everything just stays empty?
Oh, spooky, an eternal void, no stars, no light, just endless nothing. Cute theory, but reality is a little messier. Even nothing isn't really nothing.
How can nothing be something?
Because the vacuum of space isn't empty. Even in the quietest corners of reality, there's still energy buzzing around. You humans call it vacuum energy, and it's a little unstable.
Again, you're talking about vacuum decay.
Ding, ding, ding. Imagine reality as a perfectly balanced table. Everything sits nice and neat until one rogue particle flips the whole thing over. If the vacuum isn't in its lowest energy state, even a tiny disturbance could trigger a true vacuum. And when that bubble forms, it expands at the speed of light, erasing everything in its path.
So the entire universe could just pop out of existence?
Yup, instant cosmic reset. But don't worry, it's not all bad. A new universe could form inside that bubble. New rules, new physics, maybe even a better hairline for you.
And no warning, just poof?
No invitations, no countdown. If it happens, you wouldn't even know. One moment you're scrolling through memes, the next gone. But here's the fun part.
Nothing about this is fun, but of course, there's a twist, right?
Always, since quantum fields are unpredictable, there's also a chance the vacuum stabilizes itself. A near collapse, but no follow-through. You get the scare, but the universe just keeps humming along, pretending nothing happened.
So the vacuum itself won't let universe die quietly. Either it destroys everything, or it keeps reality stitched together.
Exactly. Even the void won't stay empty for long. Something always bubbles up, eventually.
Okay, so even if the vacuum tries to erase everything, reality still finds a way to bounce back? But why? Why does the universe refuse to end?
Or someone's getting philosophical. What's next? Does the universe have feelings?
I am serious. Why doesn't everything just stop?
Because existence doesn't like being alone. Every time something ends, something else rises to take its place. It's not just physics, it's a compulsion.
What do you mean? A compulsion?
Think of it this way: when one universe collapses, the energy doesn't just vanish. It has to go somewhere. Every death leaves behind enough raw energy to spark something new. Some call it the cosmic rebound, others call it eternal inflation.
Alright, silly me. We already talked about that. So, even if this universe dies, reality itself doesn't.
Bingo! And it gets weirder. Some theories say these bubbles aren't disconnected. If you slip at the right moment, your consciousness could jump to the next bubble. New world, say new.
You're talking about brain cosmology, aren't you? The idea that our universe is just one membrane in a higher dimensional space. And if two brains collide, it could trigger a whole new universe.
Oh, look at you, spitting big brain words. Yes, darling. Every so often, these cosmic sheets bump into each other and boom, new reality. And guess what? You get dragged along for the ride.
So if one universe ends, I could wake up in another without even realizing it?
Maybe you already have ever felt like reality shifted. Things aren't where you left them. The taste of your favorite food is just a little off. Maybe that's you, freshly imported from a universe that couldn't hold itself together.
But the process would never stop?
Never. Reality won't go quietly, and neither will you.
So even if one universe collapses, there is always another one waiting, and somehow I go with it? But why? Why can't I just stop?
Or trying to punch your ticket out. Sorry, sweetheart, reality is clingy, and it remembers you.
Remembers me?
Think about it. Everything you are, your memories, your thoughts, even that weird thing you do when you are nervous, it's all just patterns, electrical signals firing in your brain. And the universe, it loves patterns. It hates losing track of them.
You're talking about quantum information theory, the idea that information, once created, can't be destroyed.
Bingo! When you die, when your world crumbles, those patterns, you can't just vanish. The universe has to keep them somewhere. Some theories call it quantum immortality, others call it the no-hiding theorem. Either way, reality doesn't let go of what it knows.
So, if my universe ends, those patterns, the data of me, they won't just disappear. They got copied. Or maybe transferred to another universe?
Exactly. It's like you're a saved game file, and the cosmos just reloads you in a fresh reality. No matter how many times you die, there's always another world to hold you.
And you're saying this happens automatically, without even me noticing?
Oh, darling, you'd be surprised how much you don't notice. Ever had a dream so real it haunted you for days? Ever felt like you were living through a moment for the second time? Maybe those are echoes, glitches, tiny hints that you've already slipped through the cracks.
And the universe does this because it doesn't want to forget me?
Or you're special, but not that special. The universe doesn't care about you. It just doesn't like loose ends. Every pattern, every consciousness is a thread in the cosmic fabric. Cut one and reality twitches, so it doesn't cut. It just pulls you into the next thread.
And again, this never stops.
Never. You're part of the story now, and the story, it refuses to end.
If universe keeps my consciousness, my pattern, then death isn't real. Not at least in the way we think.
Ding ding. Give the human a prize. Death is just a cheap magic trick. It looks impressive, but there's no real disappearing act. Your body, sure, it crumbles, but you, the information that makes you, just hops to the next available reality.
But why do we even experience ending if they are not real? I mean, we watch people die, planet explode, things vanish forever.
Sweet little human, always fooled by appearances. What you see is just surface-level noise. The real action is hidden underneath. Think of it like watching waves on the ocean. You see them rise and crash, but the water, it never really leaves. It just moves.
So what looks like an end is just a transition. Matter shifts, energy transform, but nothing, no information ever really disappear.
Oh, they're learning. That's the law of conservation of information. Even black holes, those cosmic trash compactors, can't erase it. Physicists call it the black hole information paradox. Anything that falls leaves a trace.
So if the universe can't destroy information, it means I am permanent. My consciousness, the thing that makes me, can't be erased. It just finds a new home.
Bingo! Reality doesn't do game over. It just hits continue. And you're the player who never runs out of lives.
That's comforting and terrifying. But if nothing ever ends, why does it feel like we are trapped in this one reality?
Because you've forgotten how to see the exits.
Exit?
Oh, honey. Did you think every reality is locked shut? No. There are cracks, gaps, and some people, well, they slip through, whether they mean to or not.
You're saying it's possible to move between realities while still alive?
If you know where to look, yes.
Okay, then tell me where to look. And beside that, death isn't the end. Reality isn't fixed. And the world, it never really stops.
Bingo. It's all just the next chapter. And trust me, sweetheart, you're barely on page 1.
I need to know more then. Just tell me. Librarian? Okay, I think we are done for today. If you want to know more, come back later, cause it seems Librarian left. Anyway, see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.